Ajax operations in the Salesforce Visual Force pages. Salesforce has provided a toolkit which is called S-Force Ajax Toolkit. Ajax Toolkit. S-Force Ajax Toolkit they have provided. Now, where is that Ajax Toolkit? If anybody want to include the toolkit within the Visual Force pages, if anybody want to include that toolkit within the Visual Force pages, they have to include connection.js file. The toolkit. When I say toolkit, all the functionality which is required to establish a connection with the database, everything is defined by the Salesforce, and they have given that file as what? Connection.js. So we need to include that connection.js file within the Visual Force. So let us take this. What is the file that we have? Connection.js. So how do we include that connection.js? Let us go back to this. Visual Force page. That's include. When you're including, we don't need all this stuff. Script source equal to so slash ajax slash 40.0. What is it? 40.0 API version slash connection.js. Include this file. Once you include this file, your Ajax toolkit is included in the Visual Force page. How to include the Ajax toolkit within the Visual Force page? Use connection.js file.
ऐसे नहीं कि जब
Use
आपका है बट आपका डिफरेंट बेसिकली में राइट मेरा जल रहा है लाइक
use connection.js file. Once we have used a connection.js file, then we are going to establish a connection with the database. What is the connection? Now, when I write a query to the database, you are making a query. I am not writing a SQL query on the server side. I am not writing a SQL query on the server side. I am not writing a SQL query on the server side. I am writing the SQL query on the client side. So if you are writing a SQL query on the client side, if you are writing a SQL query on the client side, then what happens? So whatever that you are writing, whatever the SQL code you are writing on the client side, whatever the SQL code you are writing on the client side, it will run like asynchronous, like a web service call it goes, like a web service call it goes. So when you are connecting from the client to the server, we have to establish a connection to the database. So if you want to establish a connection to the database, how do you establish? Now from the Visual Force page, using a JavaScript, if you are making a query, first it is asking to which database you want to connect. I am not connected to your server. I am independently from your server. I am not connected to your server. I am independent from the server. First tell me to which server you want to connect, to which database you have to connect. Then tell what is the query you have to write. So I have to establish a connection between the database. I have to establish a connection between the database and your JavaScript. How do you establish a connection between your database and JavaScript? Let us see this. S-Force dot connection dot S-Force dot connection dot session ID equal to whichever the database to which you want to connect, pass the database ID. What am I doing here? Get the session ID. The user who logged into the database now. Now if you are using the Visual Force, that means already you logged in. When you logged in, you are going to get a session ID. So whatever the session ID that is there, the current user session ID I am passing with a sforce.connection.session ID. I am saying, boss, connect to my database using this session ID. Connect to my database using this session ID. Which session ID? The user who currently logged in, that user session ID I am using. The user who currently logged in, that user session ID we are using. The user who currently logged in, that user session ID we are using. So use the current user session ID and connect to the database. Now I want to know whether it's connected properly or not. So how do you print it? I'm trying to print it. Let us see. not established. Sports dot connection dot session ID. So what I'm doing here? Okay, get session ID, get session ID, get session ID. Let me give it as alert and see. Session ID is not passed. What was this? Get session ID. Go back again. Get session ID. Alert exports dot. Yeah. The same issue we have imported here. The issue was the same issue was it is not allowing you to print the session IDs on the log files. Actually. Now what I am doing here? Exports dot connection dot session ID. Exports dot connection dot session ID. What is the connection we have used? Exports dot connection dot session ID equal to the organization. We need to give the session ID. Once we have given the session ID, we want to write a query and get the data. How to write a query and get the data? Let us see. Where query result equal to exports dot connection dot query select name from did you get the data? Did you get the data? You got the data here? Now from the summer 17 they are not printing the session IDs directly. They are not printing the session IDs directly. From summer 17 they are not printing the session IDs directly. So I have used the session ID whatever I got. Straight away I am running a query here. So how do you connect to the database? How do you connect to the database? Exports dot connection dot session ID. Exports dot connection dot session ID. What is the meaning of this? Pass the session ID of the current user. Pass the session ID of the current user to exports dot pass the session ID. Listen, I'll give the notes as usual. I'll give the hard copy. Listen. Exports dot connection dot session ID. We are passing the session ID. No, I don't want to connect to the current user. I want to connect to another organization. This is what connected to the current organization, current user. I don't want to log in like a Satish. I want to log in like a Wilson. I want to fetch the data like a Wilson. When you want to fetch the data like a Wilson, what should I do? Where result equal to exports dot batch 290 295 passwords Salesforce 123 followed by Salesforce 123 followed by your security token followed by your security token. So how do you generate a security token? Tell me. Right, username. Now I got some security token. Use that security token. So how did you log in? Exports dot connection dot login the username comma password plus security token. Then I'm giving exports dot. Then I'm going to give alert. Then we print alert result. So what are you doing here? If you want to log in like a current user, then I'm going to use exports dot connection dot session ID equal to get session ID. No, I want to log in like a particular user, then what I will be using? Exports dot connection dot login username comma password plus security token. Username comma password plus security token. Is that was clear? Clear for everyone? This is very rare case. Come again? Username, my settings, personal, reset my security token. The same way how you have done for data lover. Right, Amma? This is the way. Are you clear about the format? Now, what are the formats in which we can connect? First, if you want to connect to the database of Salesforce, we need to pass the session ID of the session ID to the Salesforce dot connection dot right. So how you pass it? The first procedure what we have is Salesforce dot connection dot session ID equal to get. Second one is where result equal to Salesforce dot connection dot username password plus secret password plus secret domain. Then we are going to give Salesforce dot dot. This is the format in which we are going to pass the system. Any one procedure. You have to use either first step or second step. Right? Then what we need to do? If you don't give exactly say not Salesforce call. JavaScript is not a Salesforce call. JavaScript is independent call. Okay. Visualforce is running on the server. Apex class is running on the server. Script is not running on the server. Script is running from your browser. From your browser, you are trying to make a call to the server. Your JavaScript which is running on the JavaScript which is running on the VF page is not server side operation. If it is server side operation, it can establish a connection directly. Visualforce can establish a connection directly because Visualforce is also running on what? Server side. But the scripting is not running on the server side. When you are not running on the server, how do you get access to your server? How do you get the access to the server? To get the access to the server, we need to provide the corresponding session ID. Right, Amma? I hope you are clear. People are clear? Right. Let's go to the next. How to write a SQL query and get the data. So look at the point. If you want to get a SQL query, what is the first thing that we need to do? What is the first thing? Include connection dot. Yes. Then pass the session ID. How do you pass the session ID? Script. Export dot. Session ID equal to. This is how we treat it. Get the session ID. Once you got the session ID, I want to write a query. How to write a query? Where query result equal to Salesforce dot connection dot whatever the query you want to write, get the data. Select a name from. So how are you writing the query? Salesforce dot connection dot query. Salesforce dot connection dot query. Salesforce dot connection dot query. We are writing a query. Now when you write a query, data is coming like a JSON string. The result is coming like a single string. The result is coming like a string. We need to split the string into array. We need to convert the string into array. We are getting the result in the form of string. We need to convert the string in the form of array. So how to convert the string in the form of array? Where records equal to query result. Query result dot get array of. Convert the string in the form of array of records. Convert the string in the form of array of records. Now you got array of records. When you got array of records, what I want to do? I want to take the result. What is that? Okay. If it is array of records, how do you refer? For where I equal to 0, I is less than records dot length I plus plus I equal to 0, I is less than records dot length I plus plus. Then what I am doing then? Result equal to result plus fashion, or I can give plus records of I dot. This is how we created. So what did I do, boss? What did I do? I wrote a SQL query. I got the list of records. I wrote a SQL query. I got a string, converted the string into array of records. I have taken one by one string, one by one record name, added to the names, added to the result. Are you clear about this? Let me repeat the process one more time. Let me repeat everything from the first. Here I am creating effects. Wow. On complete. When I say on complete, so what will happen? On put label ID equal to. Now what is the meaning? When you click on the button, on show what is called JavaScript is called. How do you define the JavaScript? Function. Function show. When you give it as a function show, first I want to establish a connection. How do you establish? It's force dot connection dot. Right. Next one. Let's force dot connection dot is steady. I want to write a query. Where query equal to select name from. This is a query what I want to execute. How do you execute? Where query result. Every variable is a var in the JavaScript. Every variable is a var in the JavaScript. Where query result equal to sports dot connection dot query. Then we are going to convert the result into array of record. Where records equal to, how do you convert? Query result dot get array of. Is that was clear? When you wrote a query, you got the result. It is in the form of string. We convert it in the form of array of records. Then you want to take one by one record. Where? How do you refer to one by one? For where I equal to 0, I is less than records. Records dot length. Then what I am doing now? Result equal to result plus br records of I first record dot records of I dot name. This is how we got it. Then how do you set the value? ID equal to page, ID equal to form. Now what are you giving? Document dot element by ID, page, form dot inner HTML equal to inner HTML equal to. So let's have a preview of this. Click on submit. When you click on submit, now let us see what is the result we are getting. Let us check out the result. Get session ID. Now tell me what is the issue here. Come again. Yes, it's mandatory. Get array of records. Result, what is the error now? Y equal to 0. True was the line. What is the true line? Result equal to result plus BR records of IE dot name. Go to the next one. Click. What did I receive? List of period is sample query retrieve. So we are fetching the data directly from the Visual Force page. Using a JavaScript, we are writing a query, getting the data. Using a JavaScript, we are writing a query, getting the data, and we are using in the VF page. It's what? Client-side operation. It's what? Client-side operation. Am I clear with this format? Am I clear with this format? Clear with this format? Writing a query from the client side and getting the data. Let's take one more example. My next example is line number 10. It is empty. I am adding all the values to result, right? What are the names you got? We are adding to the result. That's what. What are the names are there in the records? We are adding to the result. Now, let me take the next requirement. My next requirement is like this. When you enter the name, energy, click on go. We're going to get a list of records. We're going to get a list of records. When you enter some industry or name, click on go, get the records and display the list of records. Get the records and display the list of records. Get the records and display the list of records. Get the records and display the list of records. So how do you achieve this? We have an input text box. What are the data you are entering? Click on go, get me all those account records whose industry is matching with the such text. So what I'm doing? Dynamic query. If you want to apply dynamic, what is the first thing that I have to do? What is the first thing that I have to do? Ajax example 3. Include connection dot. Any example, first we have to include connection dot. Once you include connection dot JS, then we have input text ID equal to text valid. We are getting this value. Now when you click on this button, make a search. So what is the first thing that I have to do? Function show. Function show. Where is a function show? Where is a function show? What I'm going to do was function show. Then here I'm going to show it as where establish a connection where such text equal to document dot get element by ID page form such value. Page form such value. Then I'm going to use exports dot connection dot session ID. Exports dot connection dot session ID equal to your bonds are session ID. Then we are going to write a query. How are you writing a query? Query equal to query select name from account where industry equal to slash single quote. So we can use single quote and double quote both Java, okay, the JavaScript. So I'm separating single quote plus search text plus now what I'm doing now is the query what I have given. Once you do the query, you need to execute. Where the result equal to export dot. So how I'm writing export dot connection dot query where the equal. Then the same story. What we are doing? Convert the string into array of records. How do we convert? Records equal to what is result dot get array. Right. Then where records equal to what is result dot get array. Where records equal to what is result dot get array. Then where records equal to what is result dot get array. Where records equal to what is result dot get array. Then we are going to convert it. How do we convert it? For where I equal to 0, I is less than then we are going to give result equal to result plus records of I dot. So what is that? There is nothing in the line number. What I am doing? Exports dot connection dot query. What are the query you want to write? Give the query. Exports dot connection dot query the query statement. How we used to give database dot query? Used to give what? Database dot query statement. Here we are using exports dot connection dot query. Here query. Then you want to set it. Where do you set the value? Then I'm giving output label ID equal to document dot ID page form then res dot inner document dot get element by ID page form result dot inner HTML equal to same. But only thing is here I am giving a search text. When you click on the search text, I am giving a search text here and the we are getting the list of records whose industry equal to energy. Are you getting my point? So from the client side, we are getting a sample code and getting it. So what are the functionalities that you have seen? Look at the functionalities. Exports dot connection dot exports dot connection dot exports dot connection dot query. Then we have exports dot connection dot we have query of exports dot connection dot like this. Some functionality. Everything will start with what? Exports dot connection dot query. Exports dot connection dot session ID. Exports dot connection dot query or exports dot connection dot query mode. Is that was clear for everyone? This is how we are writing the queries. Okay. Once you are done with this, okay. Now we want to understand how to make a DML operation. Query is clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Now I want to make a DML operation. How to make a DML operation? How to make a DML operation? If you want to make a DML operation, then we need to use how to create a record. When you want to make a DML operation, we have to understand how to create a record. How to create a record. If you want to create a record, exports dot connection dot. Let me show you an example here. So let me show you. Now, if you want to go with a, if you want to go with a, if you want to go with a operation like insert, update, delete. If you want to go with a insert, update, delete, we have to create s4 dot connection dot s4 dot connection dot insert, s4 dot connection dot delete, s4 dot connection dot update. We have to make what? s4 dot connection dot insert, s4 dot connection dot delete, s4 dot connection dot update. Everything is going to be what? Using s4. We are going to use it. s4 dot. Now look at the format. S4 dot S object. What is the purpose of the S4 dot S object? Look at the point. If you are trying to refer, if you want to create a account record, how do you create account ACC equal to new account, right? If you want to create an account record, how do you create an account record? Account ACC equal to new account. Account ACC equal to new account, right? You're going to make it as account ACC equal to new account. But this is not. This is not FX programming. It is JavaScript programming. In the JavaScript, how do you create an account? In the JavaScript, how do you create an opportunity? In the JavaScript, how do you create a contact? So that we need to understand. To understand this, let me show you some documentation. Let me show you some documentation of mine. Finding any scripting notes here? No? I'll just show you the predefined connections so that you understand the code first. Then we'll try to. No issue. Let me show one sample code first. Then I'll go for using it. Right. Okay. We got the functions here. Let's look at the functionality. First of all, how do you create the record? First, I'll explain the code. I'll show the sample of that. So, we are going to use it. If you are trying to create an account, how do you create it? Account ACC equal to new account ACC dot name ACC dot 4. Then I'm going to give insert ACC. Am I right? The same way. But now, if you are trying to create using a scripting, then we're going to say s4 dot S object, S capital, O capital, object. Which object you are trying to refer? So how I am referring? S4 dot S object. So it should be like this. Where ACC equal to S4 dot S object account. Now we are referring account ACC equal to new account. But in the JavaScript, exactly how are you defining? Where ACC. Why where ACC? Any type of object, any type of variable in the JavaScript is where only. So where ACC equal to S4 dot S object account. Then the format of creating is same. ACC dot name, ACC dot 4. Then I want to insert. When you want to insert, it should be where result equal to S4 dot connection dot create S4 dot connection dot create. It is expecting array of records. It's not expecting a single record, it's expecting what? Array of records. So give ACC. Or else what we can do? Where You got the comparison between this? So account ACC equal to new account. In the scripting, how are you defining? Where ACC equal to S4 dot S object account. ACC dot name testing. ACC dot phone 1234. Where my list equal to source. Is that was clear for everyone? Is that was clear for everyone? Right. The same thing I am trying to explain in the existing code. So how are you reading now? So all these are sample codes. Now what is that? We are trying to create a record type. S4 dot connection dot create area of record. S4 dot connection dot create area of record. How are you creating? New S4 dot S capital O capital object. S capital O capital object. S capital O capital object. Once you got this object, then name equal to so and so, then value equal to so. Now what I'm doing? Put the values to an array, insert the record. When you want to put the values, if you have an index, it's okay. Now there are two ways. Look at the point. Generally, if you write a for loop, how do I do it? Look at the point. Now I'm taking account ACCS because no such type of concept called list in the JavaScript. We don't have any concept called list. Everything is what? Array only. So if you want to insert the record, how should you insert? Account. Here I have to take integer I equal to 0, I is less than 10, less than 5. Then while inserting, I have to create account. Compare the code, what I am giving. This is equal to then I am giving ACCS of I equal to ACCS of I equal to right. This is how we are writing, right? If you want to take array of record, what I am doing in the loop, one by one account record I am creating, putting them in a array. How do you put them in array? If you want to put the values in array, you have to indicate the index. You have to indicate the index. Same thing. I can also write in the JavaScript like this. Where first let us take where ACC is equal to. Did you mention the size? No. You write a list there. I am writing array without size. There you write a list. If you don't know the size, what do you take? List. If you don't know the size, what will you take? If you know the size, you will take it. Otherwise, what is the concept we are going to use? List. Why are you taking list? Because I am not sure about the size. When you are not sure about how many elements you are going to take, you are going to take a list. In the for loop, we are going to keep on adding the elements, right? Here, I also give where ACC equal to empty. Do you know the size of the array? No size. There is no size. Then I am giving what? I equal to 0. Some size you are taking 5. Now, how do you put the elements into array? Where A equal to new S4 dot S object. You got the record. Now we can put them as ACCS of I equal to. This is one pattern of writing. The other pattern of writing is the same thing. I can also write like where I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus. Where A equal to sports dot. So then we go to say ACCS dot push. Okay, both of them are same. Both of them are same. Both of them are same. Are you getting my point? So I can use a push or I can use a index. Right, Emma? People are clear about this concept? People are clear about this concept? Clear for everyone? Clear? Clear for everyone? This is to create a network. Let us do the basic example. Let me give a basic example. First one, copy the same story. Let us just try and go to the basics. Next we have, what is the first thing that we need to do? Export dot, connection dot, session ID. Then we are going to create var acc equal to new export dot export dot its object account. Export dot its object account. Acc dot we are going to insert. How are you going to insert? Var now you want to create var result equal to export dot connection dot create export dot connection dot create my list. Then once you got the result, I want to display the result. How do you display the result? Very equal to. This is what we have created. So have a preview. What is the ID got? You got an ID. Take this ID. So we put that one. Right, boss? So the record is inserted successfully as X1. Are you clear about this format? So how did I create a record? Sports dot connection dot create. Sports dot connection dot create. We are able to create a record using the. We are able to create a record using the. We are able to create a record using the Ajax toolkit. Is that was clear for everyone? Right. Now let us take a use case for this. This is only to demonstrate the basic example. Let us take a use case. What is the use case? Name. Enter the data. Whatever the data we entered using this, read the data, then save it. Right. You're going to create a page. Whatever the data that is entered, read the data and insert a new record. So read the data from the VM page and insert the data. If you want to apply the validations also, you can apply the validations there. So let us do one example. Here, everything is same, right? Now what I'm doing here, I'm going to create name, effects, input text, ID equal to name. This is how we got. So what I'm doing, read the data. How do you read the data? Where page form dot where we got here name phone index. Then we are going to take creation. How do you create ACC dot name equal to name, ACC dot phone equal to phone. Then we are going to create where how we are going to insert exports dot connection dot. This is how we insert it. Whatever the data we entered, we read the data from the input components, created a new record. Then we want to display the output. What is that document dot? Document dot get element by ID. Then we are going to take from del dot. Then how we are going to give? Right, boss. This is how we created. Have a preview of this. We got the success. Record is inserted. Right. So we can perform this. Are you clear about this? Now, when you want to perform update, what should I do? If you want to perform an update, what should I do? Write a sample query. If you want to perform an update, what should I do? Write a sample query. Write a sample query. Get the records. Then modify. Again update. If you want to delete the records, there is a different format here. Delete means we have a delete IDs. When you want to say delete, we have what? Delete IDs. When you want to delete, we require IDs of the record. If you want to delete the records, what I need? Exports dot connection dot delete IDs. Exports dot connection dot delete IDs. Exports dot connection dot delete IDs. If you want to delete, you need to go for exports dot connection dot delete IDs. sports dot connection dot and delete IDs. Now let us see an example how to delete. Let us see an example how to delete. I hope you are clear. So one example you understand. That's all the things are same because already we are done with the emails and samples. Okay. Then let us go for a deletion of record. Take the example. You want to delete the records. All the records which are created today, I want to delete them. All the records which are created today, I want to delete them. So let us do scripting. So how do you delete? All the records which are created today, I want to delete. So how do you write the query? Sports dot connection dot session ID. Right. Now we are writing a query where query equal to select ID from is a case sensitive boss. We identify capital or small. The case sensitive ID from account where created date equal to where created date equal to today. Now I want to delete where IDs for right. But tell me what is the other things that I have to perform? I would only query. If you wrote a query, what should I do? Where query result equal to where query result equal to response dot query and convert the result in the form of array where records equal to query result dot then take one by one record for where I equal to 0 I less than records dot length where I equal to 0 I is less than records dot length I plus plus where I equal to 0 I is less than records dot length I plus plus. Then what I am going to do IDs dot push records of I dot ID. Take one by one record and the ID of the record to the array of records. Then how do you delete? Equal to sports I give puts sports dot connection dot sports dot connection dot delete IDs. Then you want to give some output, you can give same story. I'll give again. What is that? Command button output label. Command button output label. Later on, as per your requirement, you can add an. I'm giving the functionality as per your requirement. You can keep on adding the elements. Then I have document dot get element by ID page form res dot there I have given ID equal to page this is a small class here that is done it. This is a small class that you need to understand. So what was this? Records one record. How many records are deleted today? Two records. I created two records and I deleted two records. What was this? Delete IDs. Delete IDs. If you want to update, connection dot update. If you want to merge, connection dot merge. If you want to delete, connection dot undelete. I hope the basic structure is clear for everyone. People have followed this structure. Can you continue with that operations? People have followed the operation. Now let us understand one small class here. Now look at this example, everyone. Look at this example. We have used all these examples very good, but the point is how to use this on the standard pages. How to use this functionality on the standard page? You wrote a custom Visual Force. In the custom Visual Force, I wrote a JavaScript. The JavaScript I am using very good, very good. But how to add this? How to add this within the standard pages? On the standard pages, I want to implement this. Use the custom pages, you have done very good. But the point is, I want to use the same story on the standard pages. If you want to use the same story on the standard pages, how will you use it? How will you use it? If it is a Visual Force page, what are you doing? If it is a Visual Force, connection dot yes. But on the standard pages, how do you add it? To understand this, we need to know one required script. Required script. So slash Ajax slash 40.0 slash. What was the functionality I am giving here? Required script. What was the functionality I have given? Required script. What was this required script and why we use it? What is this required script and why we want to use it? So let me give you one quick example here. If you want to add them on the standard pages, what is the functionality we are using? Required script, the same thing. But only the point is, we are giving what? Required script. We are using what? Required script. Required script. Now, look at this example, everyone. Setup, build, customize, accounts. It's a standard one. Accounts, buttons and links, new button, label. You want to create a detailed page button? Display in the new window or execute JavaScript. When the JavaScript on, click off JavaScript. Execute on the JavaScript. Now what I am doing here? If you want to use it, what? Script. For the format we are using, so slash Ajax slash 40.0 slash. This is what you are doing. So if you want to create custom button on standard pages, on the account object we have a button called new, we have a button called cancel, we have a button called X, Y, Z operation. All these are standard buttons. If you want to create a custom button, what we need to do? We have to include what is the format we are using? Connection.js. How the connection.js is added? Right. After giving a connection.js, I am giving alert. Take the syntax. Right. Now I am adding this button on the page view. How do you add the button on the page view? Go to the account. Edit page view. Buttons. For the button we created. When you click on the code, what is your name? Now, if there's somebody asks you, if something is wrong, when you click on this, if something is wrong, pop-up message should come. Error message should come on the same page. How will you do that? It is a standard page. On the standard page, you want the JavaScript functionality to be applied. You want to apply the validation. If it is a Visual Force, I write a JavaScript. If it is a Apex class, I use Apex pages.error message. But on the standard pages, how do you apply the validations? How do you apply the validation? By using what? Ajax toolkit with JavaScript. Ajax toolkit with the JavaScript. Ajax toolkit with the JavaScript. Are you getting my point? Ajax toolkit with the JavaScript. Ajax toolkit with the JavaScript. Let us see this. Go back to the page. Let us try to attempt one more call. Customize. Account. Buttons and links. My code. Where ACC equal to new export dot X object ACC dot name rowdy feed sports dot connection dot so what I'm doing here. So you want to perform your DML operation on a standard button. When you click on that button, you want to create a contact. When you click on that button, you want to delete a contact. When you click on the button, create a contact. When you click on the button, create an opportunity. When you click on the button, update the account. When you click on the button, okay, delete the contact. When you click on the button, whatever the DML operation we are performing, we can do all the operation. Go back to this account. Go to the ID, right? So what is that? When you click on this, create a contact. When you click on this, delete a contacts. When you click on this, update the contacts. So we can make our DM operation. On the standard pages, you want to run some sample. What is the advantage of this? You might have done with the Visual Force. Probably 8:30 you already done. Overriding the standard buttons, right? Okay. But if you override the standard buttons with the Visual Force pages, loading time will be more. You do the same overriding with the Visual Force pages, loading time is more. With the scripting, as it is running on the client side, operation will run faster. Operation will run faster. As it is scripting, operation is running on the client side, the operation will run faster. So we can use this Ajax toolkit for what? Performing the creating the custom buttons on the standard pages or overriding the standard buttons on the standard pages. Okay, buttons on the standard pages. If you want to replace the standard buttons on the standard pages, or you want to create custom buttons on the standard pages, in both the cases, I can go with what? Ajax toolkit. Ajax toolkit. Okay. Practically, we don't use it generally, but if there is an advantage, what is that? Load time will be less. Still, you want to improve the performance of your application or scope, then I prefer to go with this. Now, loading is taking a lot of time. When you're loading a Visual Force, things are taking a lot of time. What is the basic advantage of going for a SOCML and DML in the Visual Force page using a jQuery or using a Ajax? It is simply to reduce the load time. It is only to reduce the load time. Because if I am doing the same operation on the server, I need to go to the server, process the logic and reload the page. But if you are doing on the JavaScript with Ajax, it is asynchronous operation. It loads very fast. But it is not then. Immediate question is, boss, if you are able to do everything with Ajax, DML and SOCML, then why are you going for DML operation, SOCML queries in the Apex classes? You are able to make a SOCML in the jQuery. We are able to make a SOCML query in the Ajax. We are able to make a DML operation in the Ajax. Then why Apex classes? Everything you can try with this. Previously we have done the same. Everything we have done with this. But the problem is, this will not give you more than 200 records at a time. This will not give you more than 200 records at a time, and this will not give you more than 4 to 5 fields. It is suitable when you are trying to fetch 4 to 5 fields at a time. maximum of 200 records, then this Ajax toolkit will be working. If you want to fetch thousands of records, this is not a suitable option because it's an asynchronous call, like independent web service call. It's like an independent web service call. That's the reason. Maximum how many records? 200 records up to 5 fields. Maximum 200 records up to 5 fields. This is the best operation. Less than that, it is best operation. More than that, it is not a better operation. So when you want to fetch, and moreover, it is like a web service call independently. We cannot hold the data. We cannot hold the state of the data. As you are putting the data, everything in the script, we cannot hold the state of the data for the further use. Right? So when it is suitable, it is suitable for only less set of data. It is suitable for only less set of data. It is only suitable for less set of data. If you are trying to work with the largest set of data, it is not a suitable operation. It is not a suitable operation. Am I clear with this? Am I clear with this? Any further queries from your end? Any further queries from your end? So when are you going for Ajax toolkit? When you want to work with a small set of data. When you want to work with a small set of data, then we will go for what? Ajax toolkit. Then we go for Ajax toolkit. Any query from your end? Any query from your end? Any query from your end? Anybody has any query? I hope people are following this. Right. Then next point here. What type of call is this? What type of call is this? It is a SOAP API web service call. What type of call is this? It is a SOAP API web service call. What type of web service call is this? SOAP API web service. The name itself says SOAP/Ajax/40.0. What type of call is this? What type of call is this? SOAP API web service call. It is a SOAP API web service call. Am I clear with this format? Right. Somebody has some query. Examples of your server-side programming is your Apex programming, Visual Force programming, all are running on the server side only, right? Where does the script run? Where does the script run? Script will be running where? Any scripting that you are running on the client side. What do you mean by client side? It is not going to interact with the server side. Generally, let us see. I gave your materials. I kept your main building. Okay, your materials in the main building. I told after a class, go there and collect the material. Go there and collect the material. Come back. I told you are coming to the class. I told materials in the main office. Go to the other building. In the first floor, I kept the materials. Collect the materials. Otherwise, go to the other building. Third floor, I kept the materials. Go to third floor, collect the materials. Come to my classroom. Then what happened? From this building, you need to go to the next building, collect the materials, come back and sit. Then also you are getting the materials. Are you getting the materials or not? Okay. Second choice is I brought the materials in this room. Okay, and I kept on my desk. I told boss collect the materials and use it. Then with this easier. In both the cases, you are doing what? Fetching the material. In both the cases, you have material. But what is the advantage of the second case? What is the advantage of second case? Time consumption. It's less time, faster response. The same thing happens with server side and client side, right? Next example. Let us say I told boss, collect your resumes, make the modifications. If you want any modification to be done, come to me. Then what do the people do? They go to the second floor, they collect the resume, modify the name and phone number, come to me. Right. Now, the same, right? 60% of the people do the same. I will only give the reason. I will say collect the resume from second floor. Okay. Modify. They will modify their phone number and email ID. They come to me, modify my resume. Right. Now, then what happened? If every student is coming like this, request 1, request 2, request 3, request 4 will be obviously what? No fruitful result will come. Why? Because too much of workload on the same. Now, if you are doing your basic modifications, you are doing some road work and making a basic modification, then coming to me with a resume and asking for the corrections, it is easy for me to do it. Right. And some people will send a soft copy also. Some people will send a soft copy, open your mail, modify it, I'll come tomorrow, give it. Right. So what is that? Now this is what? Putting the request on, so much request on the server side. Obviously what happened? It takes more time. And if everybody is giving the coming to me like this. But obviously, what happened? For every resume, it will take 10 to 15 minutes. So by the time I give 150 resumes, it will be 1 month. Right? So if the same thing you are making the basic modification coming to me, we take 5 minutes. Maybe within 2 or 3 days we can finish off resume preparation. Right? So what is that? If you put too much work on the server, then obviously it takes more time. The same example. So what I'm doing with Ajax, if I'm going with now we are not making a request from the server side, we are making a request from client side. When you make a request from the client side, then what happened? There is something which I can handle from the client side, implement it. So as the request is not made to the server, the operation will be faster. The operation will be faster. And more than all, the data which we are fetching through Ajax or jQuery or JavaScript will not be maintained in the view state. Which data will be maintained in the view state? Only the data which is coming from the server will be there in the view state. If I am fetching the data using a jQuery or Ajax or JavaScript, the data will not be there in the view state. As the data is not there in the view state, we can also resolve the issues like view state exception. View state exception. We can also resolve the issue like view state exception from where? Using your Ajax function. Right about. So I hope you are clear with this format. Any query from your end? Any query? If we can perform the rest of the operations, right? Clear for everyone? People have followed. Now what is this Ajax toolkit? It is used for what? It is Ajax toolkit is a JavaScript only, but some predefined functionalities are already developed by the Salesforce to interact with the database, to perform the SOC calls and DMLs. To perform the SOC calls and DML operation, Salesforce has already designed a toolkit. What is the toolkit called? Ajax toolkit. What is the toolkit called? Ajax toolkit. Using the toolkit, we can communicate with the Salesforce database, write a query, fetch the data. We can write a DML operation. We can write a SOC call queries. All the things we can do. We can also use the Ajax toolkit for what? Applying the JavaScript on standard pages. Applying the JavaScript on standard pages. If you want to override any one of the standard button with the JavaScript functionality, yes, we can do it. Now, when you click on the button, JavaScript validation should happen. If nothing is wrong, record should be saved. Then how do you save the record? If you want a JavaScript validation on the button, I have to go for JavaScript. When you go for a JavaScript, if everything is okay, I have to insert the record. How do you insert the record using JavaScript? Ajax. From script, from any one of the script, if you want to perform email operations or sample queries, then you have to go for. Now the same Ajax toolkit can be included in any one of the external system. Now we are using a JSP. In the JSP, just use the connection.js file, give the username password, connection will be established, you can make insertion and deletion. Now you want to use a PHP. In the PHP also give a connection.js file, they include it, they make a username password, make a request to the Salesforce, insert and fetch the data. Right? All the scripting languages, it's not only from Visualforce, we can use this Ajax toolkit from any language. Any scripting language or any programming language that is going to support scripting. From there, I can use this Ajax toolkit and work with the Salesforce database. Are you clear? I hope I am clear with this. Clear for everyone? Clear? Okay. Right. Now we'll continue the jQuery tomorrow. So tomorrow